the entire history of Amsterdam. Origins and early settlement, circa. Around the year 1000, small groups of settlers began living where the Amstel River met the IJ's Bay, a swampy, flood-prone area of peat and marshland. They survived by building dikes, digging canals, and fishing in the surrounding waters. After the devastating floods of the 12th century, the community constructed a wooden dam across the Amstel River to hold back the tides that dam became the city's heart, and its name, Amsterdam, literally means the dam in the Amstel. The first known record of the settlement dates to 1275, when Count Floris V of Holland granted its residents an exemption from tolls. This allowed merchants to move goods freely, sparking the rise of a trading town that would one day connect the world. Medieval growth and town rights, 1275 to 1500. Through the 14th and 15th centuries, Amsterdam evolved from a fishing village into a bustling medieval town. Wooden houses lined narrow streets, markets thrived near the dam, and trade. Routes extended across the North Sea and Baltic. Ships carried grain, fish, timber and cloth, fueling prosperity and population growth. The people of Amsterdam fortified their town with walls and gates, and self-governance developed under local magistrates. By the late Middle Ages, Amsterdam had become one of the most important ports in the region, ready to step into the early modern world. The rise of a merchant city, 1500 to 1585. In the 16th century, Amsterdam's merchants grew wealthier as trade expanded throughout Europe. The city's warehouses filled with goods from Scandinavia, England, and the Baltic states. But this was also a time of turmoil. Religious tension, war, and rebellion swept through the Low Countries. When the Dutch fought for independence from Spanish rule, Amsterdam remained loyal to Spain longer than other cities. Yet in 1585, after Antwerp fell to the Spanish, thousands of skilled refugees, merchants, artists and financiers fled north. Many settled in Amsterdam, bringing with them new capital, knowledge and international connections. That influx would transform the city forever. The Golden Age and Canal Belt, 1585 to 1672. The 17th century was Amsterdam's golden age, a period of breathtaking wealth, creativity, and expansion. The city became the commercial capital of the world. In 1602, the Dutch East India Company, or VOC, was founded, the world's first multinational corporation, and its headquarters were in Amsterdam. In 1609, the Bank of Amsterdam opened, stabilising trade and pioneering modern banking. Amsterdam's population exploded, growing from 50,000 to over 200,000 within a century. To manage this growth, the city planned and built its iconic ring of canals, the Herengracht, Keizersgracht, and Prinsengracht, an engineering marvel that balanced beauty, function and defence. Wealth from global trade brought fine art, science and philosophy to the forefront. This was the era of Rembrandt, Vermeer and Spinoza. Amsterdam became a beacon of prosperity, tolerance and cultural brilliance, the Venice of the North. Culture, science and social life in the 17th to 18th centuries. The prosperity of the Golden Age funded a flourishing of knowledge. Amsterdam's printers and publishers spread new ideas across Europe. Coffeehouses buzzed with debate, and its atmosphere of relative tolerance attracted thinkers, artists, and refugees of many faiths. Jewish communities from Spain and Portugal found safety and opportunity here. The city became a mosaic of languages and traditions bound together by commerce and curiosity. But as the 18th century advanced, Dutch dominance faded. England and France rose as global powers, and Amsterdam's monopoly on trade slowly declined. Still, the city remained a place of learning and wealth, living off the legacy of its golden age. Decline, competition, and modernization, 1700 to 1850. By the 18th century, competition from larger empires eroded Amsterdam's influence. Colonial wars, shifting trade routes, and political upheavals strained the economy. Yet Amsterdam endured. The 19th century brought the Industrial Revolution, and with it, a new identity. Railways linked the city to Europe, industry began to grow, and engineers reshaped neighbourhoods for modern life. Though the old grandeur had faded, a foundation for the modern city was quietly being laid. Modern Amsterdam and social change, late 19th century, 1939. As the 1800s turned to the 1900s, Amsterdam transformed once again. Public works, improved sanitation, electricity arrived, and the city expanded far beyond its historic canal belt. Museums like the Rijksmuseum and the Van Gogh Museum celebrated Dutch culture and art. At the same time, social reformers pushed for better housing, workers' rights, and education. Amsterdam became a model of civic planning and a symbol of modern progress, even as tensions built across Europe in the years leading to war. Occupation, persecution, and resistance, 1940 to 1945. In May 1940, Nazi Germany invaded the Netherlands. Amsterdam fell under occupation, and its large Jewish population was targeted for deportation. More than 70,000 Jews from Amsterdam, men, women, and children, were sent to transit camps like Westerbork, and from there to extermination camps. Only a small fraction survived among those who hid. From persecution was Anne Frank, whose diary became one of the world's most powerful testimonies of hope and humanity in the face of terror. Though some citizens resisted, many others were complicit, and the war left Amsterdam devastated physically and morally. When liberation came in 1945, the city was forever changed. Post-war reconstruction and reckoning, 1945 to 1970. In the years after the war, Amsterdam began to rebuild from ruin. Streets, bridges, and homes were restored, and the people faced the painful process of confronting what had happened during occupation. The post-war boom brought prosperity, migration, and modern housing. Projects the city recommitted to democracy, tolerance, and remembrance, determined never to forget. Cultural revolutions and modern identity, 1970 to 2000. From the 1970s onward, Amsterdam became a symbol of progress and social freedom, and pioneered liberal policies, celebrated diversity, and built one of the most extensive cycling infrastructures in the world. Artists, activists, and innovators reshaped the city's image, from old merchant port to a modern hub of culture, design, and open-mindedness. Tourism grew rapidly, bringing wealth, but also challenges of overcrowding and preservation. 21st century Amsterdam, 2000 to today. Today, Amsterdam stands as a global city balancing heritage and modernity. Its canal belt is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and its people continue to innovate in sustainability, housing, and urban design. The city also faces its history head-on, acknowledging its role in colonialism and the slave trade, while reaffirming its values of equality and remembrance. From a muddy riverside hamlet to a modern beacon of tolerance, Amsterdam's story is one of reinvention and resilience.